As Spain has been in the middle of a civil war for 9 months now, a massive bombing took place yesterday around 4 p.m. in the Basque Country. The city of Guernica was the victim of what seems to be a German raid led by the Condor Legion. Indeed, the nationalist troops of General Franco are supported by the Nazi German Party of Hitler, and several waves of German warplanes dropped hundreds of bombs on the city. This bombing reportedly lasted 3 hours, after which the town was totally destroyed. It seems to have been methodically carried out with the clear intention of terrifying the population. Concerning the victims, the toll is heavy. Although this number is still a blur, the Basque government reports more than 1,000 casualties, most of whom are civilians. Witnesses report the victims are principally women and children, as it was market day in Guernica. The whole Spanish population is shocked and mourning today. All our thoughts go to the victims and their families.
Good morning, everyone. Today we have the pleasure to be in Paris for the World Exposition of 1937. This year's theme is Arts and Technology in Modern Life. Moreover, it is here that the famous painter Pablo Picasso shows his brand new piece of art named Guernica. Of course, everyone knows about Mr. Pablo Picasso, the creator of the Cubism style, without forgetting his great influence on the Surrealist movement. Hello, Mr. Pablo Picasso. It is an honor to meet you.
Hola, soy el cubismo en persona.
Well, your new painting Guernica is already becoming very famous. However, I have a few questions for you about it. Firstly, we know that the Cubism style expresses the physical and emotional rupture of the war through the forms and through the disarticulated bodies as well. Nevertheless, we can observe in your new painting some women. What are they actually representing?
They represent the victims of the war, but they are also a great reinterpretation of important figures in history. For example, this woman comes from a statue of Michelangelo, the Virgin holding the Christ, and she's holding her son in her arms, which represents obviously the universal dolor of a woman suffering from the loss of a child. And the other woman was inspired by one of the characters in Goya's The Executions of May 1808, another tragic moment in the history of Spain.
Well, thank you for your interesting answer. Now, I have a request for you. Everyone is speculating about your new painting Guernica forming a triangular form which actually represents various things. There are a lot of different interpretations, but what does it actually mean for you?
Sí, por supuesto. My painting is a mix between construction and destruction. For example, at the top of my painting, you can see the eye of God, and right next to it, a lamp. That both represent hope and faith. That's construction. But then, at the bottom of my painting, you can see all the victims of the war with their disarticulated bodies, and that represents, they represent, the horror of the bombings. That's destruction, obviously.
Well, thank you for your great explanation. Finally, I would like to ask you what is the role of the animals in this painting?
Sí, animals. The animals in my painting always represent somebody or something. For example, the horse represents the people of Spain, and it is faced to a bull that represents the nationalists. And I decided to place a bird between them to symbolize hope and peace.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Pablo Picasso, for your time and for your fantastic explanation. I hope you will enjoy the rest of this World Exposition. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Sí, adios.
Thanks to Picasso and his painting, the world will never forget the atrocities of Guernica.